Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class where we are discussing the concept of risk management and derivatives. If you are going through a previous session videos, you might be confused or you might be wondering why we are stressing so much on the first chapter. The first chapter is risk analysis on capital budgeting. If you understand, guys, the reason of stressing so much on the first chapter, because if you see the weightage, the maximum question from this subject is coming from first chapter only, called risk analysis on capital. So with that, you can understand your case studies coming from that. Then your 10 marks questions are coming from that. Your 5 marks numerical theory questions from that. So I believe a minimum 40% of questions of your exam is just coming from one chapter. So for that reason only we are giving so much stress to this topic. Okay, now coming to this today class, we are going to discuss the previous year question for the year 2020, which came for 5 marks. So this is the numerical which we're going to discuss. So the following are the capital investment proposal for the firm. They given you the data of NPV, they given you the probability. If I ask you here what I is being asked, find the range, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, and semi-variance. Okay, so coefficient of variation is basically, when I say coefficient of variation, it is basically standard deviation by mean into 100. Okay, so mean here it means the expected value. Okay, so that is what we do. Range, what is range? Range is actually highest value minus lowest value. So range is basically highest value minus lowest value. So here range, I can say it is 700. I can say it a range, or I can find expected value, and then I can find the range from that. But I don't think so. I need to do by that way. A range basically means highest value minus lowest value. So if you see in this problem, the lowest value is 200 NPV, the highest value is 900. So the range would be 700. Okay, then standard deviation, coefficient of variation, semi-variance, I'll try to find. NPV is 200, 600, or 900. So your NPV is, your NPV is 200, NPV is 200, or it is 600 or 900. NPV is 200 or 600 or 900. And your probability is given to you. Probability is given to you. The sum of total probability should be equal to 1. 0.3, 0.5, 0.2. If you do the sum, it's 1. So 0.3, 0.5, 0.2. 0.3, 0.5, 0.3, 0.5, 0.2. Okay. So you can find the expected value, guys. So your expected value, if your expected value, all you do more in the subject called security analysis and capital budgeting. So there investment analysis and management, there you do more numericals like this. So only thing there, in place of NPV, they'll give you expected return. Here we are, because we are doing capital budgeting, so we are doing on NPV. So 200 into 0.3, find the expected value. 200 into 0.3, that would be 60. This would be 600 into 0.5, that would be 300. And then this would be 900 into 0.2. So 900 into 0.2, that would be 180. So the expected value here is in probability is called as mean. So if you say mean, that is basically your expected value, expected NPV, that is 480, 540. I believe your expected NPV will be 540. Anyone, any doubt? That we, in the language where probabilities are given, then it is called as the mean. Done, everyone? Now, what is the formula of standard deviation? If you have done numericals on investment analysis management, you must be aware about the formula of standard deviation. If you are working on NPV calculation here based on probability, that would be under root of summation of pi into ri. Ri means your here, if I talk in the term of return, this would be NPVI, means individual NPV minus your expected NPV. Okay, do the square of this. That is your, that is basically the standard deviation, and that you divide by the expected NPV, you will get the coefficient of variation. Clear, everyone? So I'll find this. Expected NPV I got already. So I'll find this individual NPV minus the expected NPV. So this is 200 minus 540 minus 340. Then 600 minus 540, that is 60. 900 minus 540, that would be 360. Clear, everyone? If you do the sum of this, this is NPV minus expected NPV. Okay, then what you do the square of this. Do the square of this. So NPV minus expected NPV. Do the square of this. Minus 340 square. 34 square is 1156. 1156,000. Then 60 square will be 3600, and 360 square will be 1296,000. Anyone, any doubt? So once you get this, multiply with its probability. Once you get this value, multiply with its probability. If you multiply it with the probability, so 1156,000 into 0.3. 1156,000 into 0.3 means 115603 18, 16, 4, 34,680. Second one is 3600 into 0.5. 0.5 means half, means 1800. And then 0.2 into 129600. This is 12960 into 2, 12, 19, 5, 25,920. Clear, everyone? So I'll just add this 34,680 plus 25,920. So if I add them, then if I add 1800 to this, I'll get the sum value as 62400. So my standard deviation for this, my standard deviation would be the square root of 62400. So 25 square is 625, right? So it would be approximately 250. I can write approximately 250, my standard deviation. 62400, square root of that. If you want to write exact value, you can write square root of 62400. 249.799. I wrote approximately 250. So your coefficient of variation, your coefficient of variation, that is nothing but that is standard deviation by mean into 100. 250 mean is 540, right? Mean is 540. Mean is 540 into 100. 46.29, around 46.9% something is your coefficient of variation. Anyone, any doubt? Is this clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt, any question? So we did the calculation till now. Range is the highest value minus lowest value, that is 900 minus 200 with 700. Standard deviation already I found it somewhere close to 250. Coefficient of variation just now I found it is around 46 of 46.29%. And now the semi-variance. So before I talk about semi-variance, let little bit understand semi-variance. So I've done some calculation like what you have done in portfolio, something like that. I have taken the data of Nifty. So closing value of Nifty, I've taken the data of Nifty from 29th June to 28th September. I've taken the data of Nifty. These are the closing value of Nifty. I believe you know how to get these values from NSE website. I've taken the NSE, the Nifty value. So these are the closing value of Nifty. Then I calculated the return. So then I calculated the return. How will I calculate the return, guys? In Excel class, I have taught you how to calculate the return. Again, I'll show you. Again, I'll show you how to calculate the return. Closing value of Nifty, I don't think anybody will have doubt. Today, Nifty is trading around 15,000. You can see Nifty is trading around 15,824. Right now, Nifty is trading around. So this data I've taken old data. So this calculation I've done long back, around in July, June somewhere I've done. So that time Nifty was around 10,000. Imagine if that day also if I've done investment, how much I would have made profit. So on 10,000, if I've done investment, if it become 15,000, how much I make a profit of 5,000 or 10,000. 50% profit I would have made. Anyway, forget that. We can always cry only. So return on Nifty, how will you find? Very simple. I today value minus yesterday value divide by yesterday value. That, and then you do this. Clear, everyone? So I can find the value of Nifty. This is the one way. This is the one way. Other way would have done like this is called log E. Log E of today value divide by yesterday value. So you got the return on Nifty. I hope everyone understood this. Then what I did, I just found the mean return by using the average formula. I don't think anybody will have doubt on that. Mean return I found. And right now, what you are doing, sir, in Excel, right now I'm showing you semi-variance calculation. What is semi-variance is actually? So you just need to calculate the return. So then why you're doing that data is about NPV and probability. The same thing I'm trying to locate to you people. If you can pay attention here. So what you need to do, you just find this this return value as you calculated, you found the mean return. Okay, so normally for standard deviation and all, how we used to do standard deviation formula, I hope you remember, or variance formula. If you remember, variance formula is summation of x minus x bar whole square by n. This is what is the variance formula. I hope you remember. So in semi-variance, no, when we say semi-variance, what is basically a semi-variance? If you ask me, what is basically a semi-variance? So semi-variance. So when we say semi-variance, what do you mean by semi-variance? So semi-variance is a measurement of the data that can be used to estimate the potential downside risk of an investment portfolio. So whenever we talk about semi-variance, we are actually talking about the downside risk of an investment portfolio. So in semi-variance, whenever we talk about semi-variance, talk, we do not give emphasis on the best case scenario. Whenever we talk semi-variance, we are stressing on the downside risk. We are stressing more on the worst case possibility. Semi-variance is calculated by measuring the dispersion of all the observation that fall below the mean or target value. So we'll focus here all the values which are below the mean value. I hope you understanding. In semi-variance, will not focus on those values which are above the mean value. We'll focus on all the values which are below the mean value. I hope you understanding. So semi-variance is the average of the square deviation of all the values which are less than mean. So you find all the values which are less than mean. So all the values which are less than mean. So this you can see, no? This is your mean. Okay. So you focus on those variables which are less than mean. So which are less than mean. So what I did mean return minus individual return. Okay. So I did this minus this. So if this mean return is more than this return, if this is more, then you get a positive value. No? And if mean return is less than this, if this return is more than mean, then you'll get a negative value. I hope you understand. So here we look for all the values which are lesser than mean value. I hope you are getting it. All the values which are lesser than mean value. So that I'm looking for. So that's why I did mean minus individual return. So here, if you're doing mean minus individual return, if any value is lesser than mean value, then mean minus that value will give you positive value. If any value is more than mean value, then it will give negative value. So I don't want negative value. I want all the values which are lesser than mean. Okay. So I just ignored the negative value here. I just took the positive value here. I just took all the positive value. These are the values which I need to see. Okay, these are the values which I need to see. Okay, so once I get this value which I need to see. Okay, so what is mean? What is semi-variance? Semi-variance is basically it is basically the average of square deviation. So the square deviation, you do x minus x bar whole square by n. You do the same thing. You do the same thing how we do. Okay, but here we'll only consider those values which are lesser than average value. I hope you understood. Nothing different. The way we calculate the variance, like the same way we'll calculate, but we'll only focus on that value which will be lesser than the mean value. So the same thing I'll do here also. The same logic I'll apply here. So if I see NPV minus expected NPV, if I do that, so I want all the values which are lesser than average value. So this is my average value, guys. This is my average value. I want the value which is lesser than 540. So the value which is lesser than 540 is only 200. You get it right. So you which is lesser than it is 200. So when we say semi variance, so when I say semi variance, so for that I'll only take one set of data. So here your NPV semi variance calculation, if I have to do, then I only have to consider those values that are lesser than the mean value. So your NPV I'll take is 200. The probability for that is 0.3, right? The probability that is 0.3. Okay, the expected NPV of that is 540. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take NPV minus expected NPV. Okay, if I take the square of that, I simply copying the formula data what I get from here, that is 115600 115600. Then I'll find the probability PI into NPV minus expected NPV. So probability is 0.3. So if I do that, I'll get 34,680. 34,680. So what is basically the semi-variance? When I say semi-variance, it's a square deviation of all the values which are lesser than the mean value. So the semi-variance of this would be PI into NPV minus expected NPV whole calculation, sum of this. So the sum of this is 34,680. There's only one value. So there's nothing called sum here. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? So the same thing I did here also. I took all the values which are all the values which are lesser than the mean return value. Okay, and then I did the square of that, and then I divided by the n, and so that is what the semi variance is. That. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt?